So we've talked about networking. Let's talk a little bit more about the types of events that you're going to end up networking at. So, one, you get these kind of standard networking events. These are all the things that are on every startup related newsletter. These are the connection events that are coffees and drinks and snacks and bites and breakfasts and after work things, whatever. These are idea exchanges where maybe there's a topic, maybe there's a conversation or a panel. And then, of course, all things relationship nurturing. Sometimes these events are more intimate, where it's a one-on-one type networking event where you're just meeting with somebody. Maybe you're doing a small group thing where it's more of like a dinner and these little kind of more small private networking events that take place. So you really want to be open to the full breadth of what networking events you can attend or set up for yourself. It doesn't have to be always something that you go to. Sometimes it's just something that you make happen by inviting people and sending texts and asking questions and being involved and an active player in the startup process. Next are conferences. Conferences are a big deal. They're a great place to build brand, build presence, acquire customers, do business development. But you have to know what you want to do. You have to go prepared. It's always good to go and get exposure. So don't not go just because you're not perfect at it. Go because you want to get better at it. Go because you want to understand. And also recognize that not all conferences are created equal, and you can't judge the quality, unfortunately, until you go. Some of the best conferences, events, meetups, whatever it might be that I've gone to have been the smallest because I got to talk to everybody there and I got to realize there were some really important people in the room that I wanted to know, or there were people connected to that room that because the room was small, I got to meet everybody and I got to learn about their network. And oh, lo and behold, now they have somebody that I really want to know. So when I look at conferences, I look at, conferences, large scale events, anything that has like a keynote type energy. I think of the general ones. So this is tech conference, small business conference, whatever it might be. And then I also think of industry or topic driven. So this is our consumer goods one. This is our fashion one. This is our entertainment one. This is our B2B SaaS one. It's our healthcare one, whatever it might be. Topics also, you can get in a whole wide range. There's topics around ESG. There's topics around different community subsets. There's topics around geographies, on investment theses, on investor types. There's really, the list is infinite. But the question is, are there conferences, free and paid, that you can attend, that you can sponsor, that you can get involved with in some way to both learn and, of course, give to, which, of course, you give, you build brand, you build connections. There's just an infinite reason to go and mine these if you know how to do it. And, of course, if you can get better at it, especially early, because you can go to some free conferences and make some great connections that lead to a ton of value if you're just willing to show up. Last is tech meetups. So tech meetups are very specific. Now they're specific kind of like general networking events where there's 100 different versions of them, but these are tech driven communities. These are the weekly recurring events, the monthly recurring events, the happy hours, the pitch nights, the things that are truly by and for the startup community, wherever your startup community may be, whether it's online or in person, where, and here's kind of the identifier that I look for, where there are known people from the startup community, founders, investors, mentors, community builders, whatever, people that show up regularly. If you're seeing people that are pillars, large or small pillars in the community showing up consistently to these events and engaging and talking and presenting, you're probably in the right event. And now, mind you, there's good and bad people at every event, meaning good fit, bad fit. But if you're seeing at least the type of caliber of people that you'd want to be, or at least be associated with there, you can rest assured that I'm at the right tech event and I'm at the right spot. And a good note, tech events are both professional and casual. Some you're going to see everyone's in a full suit and VC this and everything's very fancy and there's China everywhere. It's fine. Others, it's a bunch of t-shirts with single word logos and very kind of cryptic messages about what their value prop is. You get the full range in the tech world, but it really comes down to, am I engaging with tech, startup, high growth type company parties, whether they're investors, mentors, advisors, other founders, whatever it might be. So when you're looking at these connection events and what you can do and how do I evaluate where I spend time or how I look at it, consider these. Consider what's relevant for you. Consider how and what industries, conferences, events are relevant for me, my business, my idea, my opportunity. And if you don't know, Show up anyway. Go to an event that you are aware of and ask around. Start by being foolish. If you're willing to be foolish, you can always get smart and get better. But if you don't start, you can never make progress on these things.